It's Friday, baby. It is Friday. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Ooh, I got a lot of good information to share today. I wanted to hop on live and share with you guys. Happy Friday. When you come in, say hello. Hit like and hit share when you come in the room. I am driving back home, leaving a signing. I'm excited because I got a new, I did a signing today for a new direct, my first signing with them. And so I always get super excited to start building new relationships with new clients. Hi. Hey, North Carolina. Shout out to North Carolina. I always get so excited when I have new potential relationships because they just have the capacity to blossom into you don't know what, like the sky's the limit. So I don't know about you all, but when I get a new client that I do my first signing for, I try to make sure it's super perfect. So I like check it 3 and 4 times. I just make sure everything's perfect because that first impression is the start of, a blossoming relationship. And you have that when they give you that shot, when they give you that signing, you better make sure you execute it perfectly. Okay. And so I did that, and I'm headed back to my side of the town. This was like kind of on the other side of town, so I'm headed back on my side of the town, and I want to hop on here and talk to you guys because on this Friday morning so far, or this day, the day is almost over, I just got so many things, experienced so many things that I thought would be good to hop on here and share with you guys. So first of all, for all my California notary publics, if I have any California notaries in the room right now, drop down in the chat, because I don't know about other states, but here in California, when we are notarizing a document on the notarial certificate, we have to put our name, we have to print our name exactly as it's listed on our notarial stamp, on our notary stamp, and then after our name we have to put comma notary public, right? And so I'm super excited that I'm starting to work with more and more new notaries. They're joining the Notary Boss Network. I'm super excited about that. So I had a notary out doing a signing for me today, and when I have new notaries come on, for however long I feel it takes, I have them do scans so I could check the scans. And I was checking her scans, and I noticed that after her name that she printed, she put loan signing agent, and I'm like, okay, that's incorrect. Just go ahead and change that and put notary public, because that is a requirement here in our state. We have to put our legal capacity after our printed name on our notarial certificates. And so she was like, oh yeah, no problem, let me fix that. And then she went on to tell me that she met with another loan signing agent who showed her and taught her that she was supposed to use loan signing agent, that was, that she wasn't signing as a notary public. So I just thought that was interesting. It brought a few things to my mind. One is like, we have to really be careful about who we glean information from. I'm all about using our resources, and I love to go to subject matter experts. I think it's vital to have a mentor, someone who is thriving in the industry that you want to thrive in, to be able to get information from. So I think we have to be very careful where we glean information from. Like sometimes I even see on the Facebook groups, I don't spend a lot of time on them, but I hop on and off of them sometime, and I see people just putting information up that is just like so inaccurate. So we have to really be careful where we glean our information from. So I went ahead and explained to her that, I don't know if he just has a misunderstanding, hey girl, hey Crystal, or did she misunderstand it? You know what I mean? Because there are instances, like for instance on the Patriot Act form, we have to fill out the Patriot Act form, right? And we have to sign it, we have to put our title, right? And so in those instances, we're not going to put notary public because that's not a form that's requiring a notarization. That's just requiring a title, and in those instances our title is loan signing agent. So I explained to her kind of the difference between that and the different legal capacities that you're in when you're notarizing a document. So it just brought several things to my mind, like, you know, one, be mindful where you glean information from, and yeah, that's the main thing. And it made me excited because I'm excited about working with new notaries and basically essentially having them come on board and help me grow my business. It's like really exciting. Someone said, can I send friend requests to you on Facebook? Of course, yeah, sure. I have 2 Facebook pages. Of course, I have my business page, which is D Signs, and then my personal page is Dominica Robinson. So yeah, for sure. The other thing that I wanted to tell you guys that I've been really excited about today is think bigger. That has just been on my spirit today. And when I start thinking about thinking bigger, really I'm talking to myself, because it reminds me of when I first started this journey. And when I look back on my journey so far, I realized that there were times that I was thinking small, like I was thinking too small. And I'm at a point now where I'm finally thinking bigger, and I'm stretching myself to think even bigger. And so I want to encourage everyone around me to think bigger as well. You know, I had a conversation with my brother earlier, and we're in the process of renting our house that was left to us by our mom. It was our mom's house, and we're renting it out, and we're starting that process with the property manager, who put in some pretty strict requirements, because I don't know where everybody I know is from different states, but here in California, due to COVID, we had the whole like rental kind of freeze that was going on during COVID-19, where you can go for a span of time. It was almost a year, I think, or it was a year, where you didn't have to pay rent and you weren't evicted. And so now that we have a house on the market or for rent, and we have people applying, they're coming off of these the rental, I forget what the legal term is, but they're coming off these terms. And so we're getting applicants coming in that maybe haven't paid their rent for a year, right? And so the state of California is saying you cannot deny an applicant because they haven't paid their rent this last year. So it's not making it hard for us, because our I don't want to say it's making it hard, but our property manager has put some requirements in place to kind of, moratorium, thank you, to weed these people out, right? And so my brother and I were having this conversation, and he started saying, well, you think maybe we should lower the standards a little bit, because she put the standards really high. And I'm like, no, we shouldn't. You know, even though her standards are high, they're not unattainable. You know, and so that tied back into the thoughts that I've been having about thinking bigger. You know, I was talking to him like, we have to start expecting more from ourselves and others. You know, what we're asking for is it's not too much to ask. You know what I mean? And if a person's credit isn't at where it should be, or whatever our standards are, then go back to the drawing board and do what you need to do to get to where you need to be. We don't need to now lower our standards to meet you where you're at. You know, does that make sense? So I'm just like, think bigger. We all need to think bigger. We all need to have greater expectations of ourselves and others. I think it's time to just think bigger. And I don't know about you guys, but have you guys ever been in a signing? It cracks me up. I've been in signings before. I had one today, actually, and the lady's credit score was like 791, right? And she looked at it and was like, oh, this is a little on the low side. You know, and I'm thinking to myself, the average person would think like a 791 credit score, that's like really good. But I've been in rooms with people, you know, that they have like these 850 credit scores, and if their score falls under 850, they're like, you know, shocked and appalled, you know. And I'm at the point where I'm like, man, I want my thoughts to be that big, you know. There's times where I'd be like, shoot, I'm glad if I'm at a 700 or a 690, you know. But we got to think bigger, you guys. We have to think bigger. We really do. Yes, exactly. We definitely, I've already prayed and I've asked God to send us the right person. So I know that the right person is going to come along and rent our property. I know that. I'm fully am trusting God for that. And so, yeah, we just have to be patient. We have to be patient. But yeah, definitely the right person. And it's with the moratorium, it's making it a little bit more tricky right now. But I know that it's gonna work out. I know God's got us. So, yeah, that's it, you guys. I have one more signing tonight. I'm actually trying to see if it's at 7. I'm actually trying to see if the person wants to sign earlier, but I haven't heard back from them. So I have like a big gap of time. My son actually has a soccer game right now, so I actually can just go to his soccer game and then do this signing at 7. But I was trying to see if I can get it done earlier. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Right, somebody said I'm so happy to be in the 700. Girl, me too. I'll be happy with my little 700. But I'm telling you, these people be like 700. They be like appalled. You know, my brother, I have a brother like that too. He has like an 850 credit score, Lord. And I'm just like, I need to think bigger, okay? They be looking at these 700s like, girl, that's nothing. Because what if it happens again? What happens again? The rental, are you talking about the rent? Why do I keep forgetting what it's called? Moratorium? It's possible, because this COVID thing doesn't seem like it's going away. I don't know, but it's up right now. It's up right now in California, so I don't know. If it was going to happen again, then I'm thinking, wouldn't they have just extended it? I don't know. Y'all know I got a LaCroix. Lord, I'm gonna tag them. Y'all gonna tag them in this live, because they be watching my stories and stuff, y'all. So y'all tag them in this live, because I'm still waiting. My sponsorship probably just done got, maybe it's in my junk folder. I don't know what is going on, but they need to come on. It's up here too in North Carolina. Yeah, I think it's like in all states, because I think it was a federal thing, right? So yeah, I think it was in all states, and now it's up. So now what? And here's the other thing I want to tell you guys. It's been tripping me out that somebody said I need, the Spindrift. I like Spindrift too. I'm so super stocked up on LaCroix because they were on sale at Costco, but I drink all of them, honestly. But let me tell you guys this other thing that kind of tripped me out about now seeing people come in to us as rental applicants, right, who have been on this long rental moratorium. This one person we had, they were bringing home close to $7,000 a month after taxes, okay? So it's not like he didn't have the money to pay his rent, right? So these programs were set in place for people who lost their jobs and didn't have the money to pay their rent, right? So we're looking at this applicant. He's bringing home $7,000 after taxes each paycheck, and he didn't pay his rent for 8 months just because he didn't want to, I guess. Because you have the money. That program was put in place for people who lost their jobs during COVID, didn't have the means to pay their rent, right? So I'm like, what are you doing? So for 8 months he didn't pay his rent. You have all the means and the money to pay it. You had no reason to pay. And now your time is up, and now you coming over here wanting to rent my house. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. And it kind of pissed me off, because at first, before we saw that, we thought he was a really good candidate. We were like, oh yeah, he got the income, he seemed cool. And then we saw, oh, you just didn't pay your rent for 8 months just because you didn't have to. Like, that's not even what the program was for, because I know a lot of people out there. My daughter was one of them. You know, she was in the service industry. She lost her job, you know, and I had to help pay her rent for many months, and she couldn't even get the rent assistance. So there were people out there when COVID first hit who really lost their jobs and was really struggling. You know what I'm saying? But this dude, and then here's the kicker. Here is the kicker. He got the rental assistance. So after the 8 months, we were able to see him. He paid like a large lump sum, and we saw it came from like the rental assistance program. So, sir, you had the money coming in to pay your rent, didn't pay it, and then had the government pay it, but you had the money to pay it. Boy, I cannot. So these of the applicants we're seeing this far. And I'm telling you guys that because it's still bringing me back to my point of thinking bigger. That's thinking small, doing these little which, you know, thinking you getting over type things. That's thinking small. That's not getting you anywhere. That is not getting you anywhere. You're putting the wrong energy out in the atmosphere, and it's not going to get you anywhere. We got to think bigger. We have to think bigger than that. That's just ridiculous. So anyways, y'all, I'm just ranting at this point, but I feel good. I'm glad it's Friday. I don't plan to sign this weekend. I've divvied all of my signings out. I'm super excited because over the last couple of days I had some really good notaries sign up with me, and we're getting the ball rolling. It's rolling and it's going good. I got a new, like I said, new client that I can lean into, so things are looking really, really good. I have another new client that I'll be pushing in with next week as well. So things are just looking great. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna hop off of here, and I'll see y'all later. Have